Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Gabbie Marshall headed to Indianapolis. Reunion with Caitlin Clark. The band is getting back together. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of your support, of course. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Do me a favor. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. It's the only signal. Well, that and comment. You comment below, of course. But I know that's a lot for some people, so just smashing that like button tells YouTube, hey man, people might want to check this video out. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. We are on that hamster wheel to 15,000. So I just thought, I mean, I got to tell you, I'll tell you right up front. This isn't like a huge story, but I thought it was interesting being that how we all got to know Caitlin Clark and really for a lot of us discovered women's basketball and what it can be and the ride that we have been on since then. And obviously, one of her best friends and an important part of that back-to-back title game run with Iowa, one of those players like a Lexi Hall who just goes and does everything a team needs, a lot of the things that don't end up in the box score. Gabbie Marshall, which, if I may just tap into my toxic masculinity for a second, some of the most absolutely gorgeous eyes I have ever seen on a woman. But anyway, we'll get back to that. So apparently here's what happened. Her husband, boyfriend. Oh my gosh, I just went completely blank. Is it her boyfriend or is she not married yet? Right? Her partner. I hate that word, man. Come on, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I mean, there's no reason those had to change. Um, I guess, but we've got to be politically correct. Spencer Toro announced on Instagram that he accepted a job at ETS Performance as the director of operations in Indianapolis, which happens to be where Caitlin Clark and the Fever are located. So we have Gabbie Marshall returning to Indianapolis. We already know even when she was getting her master's far away, she'd attended multiple Indiana Fever games. So of course the story is going to become heading into the 2026 WNBA season, the Fever have only 3 players under contract, including Clark. That is so wild, man. That is so wild. That's one thing we're gonna get into a lot in the offseason as we learn more and more about what the CBA may entail. So I mean, it's Clark, Boston, and KK, Michaela Timpson. And of course, what I'm getting at is here, folks. I mean, this is just one of those things. It's kind of a feel good. We want to say it. Is it going to happen? No, I don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it says if the stars align, perhaps Indiana could give Marshall a tryout, assuming she's up to it. Now, that would be wild. That would be quite a story. That would be something I would have to tack on another episode to my Caitlin Clark docuseries, documentary, whatever you want to call it, at the end. Bec- in a movie, it happens, right? Because that's just a cool story. And like I say, hey, who knows with the CBA and everything? Although I doubt Gabby's been working on her game and keeping sharp and keeping in basketball shape and all that. You never know. I'm sure she goes out and plays, but it's been a little while now. But anyway, I just thought this was a really interesting story for Caitlin Clark. And the real reason I bring it up isn't to say, oh, hey, Gabbie Marshall playing for the Indiana Fever in 2026. That's not going to be the title of this video. But sadly, I felt like I had to do this just to send out good vibes and hope it happens and let all of you know it's kind of a feel good thing because I think one of the big things we've all, just to encapsulate the whole thing, everything, I'm not going to list it all, that Caitlin Clark has had to deal with since entering the WNBA has been absolutely horrific. It's been disgusting. It's been appalling. Lots of words I could call lots of people in terms of their behavior toward Caitlin Clark. And at the end of the day, and I don't want to, I don't mean to minimize this and be like, oh, she's not an, she's young as in terms of she's not an adult. She doesn't know right from wrong, but she's 23 years old, and I'm talking about the not the maturity level or not. Oh, she's engaging in terrible behavior, but hey, she's only 23. I don't believe in that. But when you're only 23, heck, when you're 43, if there's enough of it, all that constant attack, those constant attacks, the personal attacks, the lies and everything from the outside world. I think everyone has seen is connected in some way to someone who's experienced that on social media to a degree where it drives them to maybe do certain things that simply cannot sadly be changed. And I'm not saying that's where it's going. I'm just saying a 23-year-old under that kind of scrutiny and getting that kind of hate is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing for anyone at any age. I think we've all seen her handle it well, but we don't know how she is behind closed doors. We don't know that she's not going home after games and breaking down. And so to have someone else like Gabbie Marshall now in her city, I think that connection with Lexi Hall from day one was huge. I think getting Sophie Cunningham there this year was huge in terms of Caitlin Clark having a support system with what she goes through is a big deal. I think Gabbie Marshall is only going to help with that because let's face it, folks, we all know it's not going to get any better with the attacks towards Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? It's simply not going to get better. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. And hey, man, let's start that conversation. Do you think Gabbie Marshall gets a shot at with the Indiana Fever? Oh, or how about better yet? Wait, what did? Oh, she was a nurse, right? It's her boyfriend that's the like ETS performance. I don't know exactly what his job is. I was going to say I'm just thinking in terms of getting her on the staff, maybe, right? We all know that the staff has to change, doesn't it? Right? The entire staff has to change. You got to get other people on there, so maybe Caitlin Clark can get on the court. So maybe Gabbie Marshall gets a role like that. That would be interesting as well. That just popped into my head before I was saying goodbye. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for checking this out. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. Like, comment, subscribe. I will talk to you later.